So there are tons of videos out there, content out there, that ask you to take a stand for or against social media. This video is not one of those. In fact, you're seeing this video on social media. I've posted it on social media, and so regardless of what your stand is, I just want you to answer a few questions that I have. Well, before going to those questions, to give an idea about why I'm doing this, to give a background of my experience with social media. So I was miserably addicted to Facebook from 2015 to 2018. I posted random stuff, memes, whatever came up to my mind. I just shared it out on the social media. However, once I started to post my writings and things which I actually wanted to post, I realized that the like culture was not what it seemed like. In 2018, I had to quit Facebook because finally I was taking a step towards something which I always believed in. The fact that social media is an ever hungry beast that always kept consuming myself. Thanks to the toxicity that Facebook brought in, I finally quit Facebook, whether or not it will affect my readership. First, I started off by taking a break for a week, and then the week became a month, and finally I went cold turkey. I slowly transitioned to Instagram because I thought Instagram was less toxic. People minded their own business and I can do whatever I wanted to do. But still, Instagram brought in a lot of questions within myself about what I do, my art, about use of hashtags, about like culture and so on and so on. When I finally went back to Facebook in 2020, I understood that my coping mechanisms were on point. I was no longer affected by the negativity that Facebook brought in. What I learned from this break from social media is what I first want to share with you. Again, all credits to 3 years of therapy, some really good friends and self-realization that I finally was able to be happy without the use of social media. Because I didn't get that regular dopamine hit, I started paying attention to the details which naturally made me happy. The way I see it, of course we cannot generalize it, but there are 2 major categories of social media users. The ones who click a picture or write a paragraph, which are completely influenced by the online sensational trends that are going on, and to these people the real life experiences of what they feel doesn't really matter. And the second people is who try to balance it out 50-50. Without social media, what I realized was there was another third category of people. This was really interesting because I'll tell you what, these people managed to dial back social media into the tool that it was originally supposed to be. So in this case, the ratio was 95:5. I actually live my life to the fullest. The need to put up things just for the sake of social media has gone down drastically. Being a photographer, I actually relish the moments, capture it, and then I share it to my friends. So during the time that I capture it, I'm actually at the moment. We need to understand that when there is a compulsion to share keeps increasing, we might easily fall back to the pattern of addiction. So what you can control is how you experience life in reality. I still struggle at times, and 5% of times I don't follow this because social media is designed for that. Social media wants to keep you hooked and wants to bend your behavior according to the trending pattern. So I started to meet people in real life, but it was tough to socialize without social media, or at least to grow an equation for a very long time without the help of social media. And this is the reason that I became a very bad texter. I stopped putting out content. I stopped putting out my views about politics. I tried to rationalize whatever I wanted to actually tell, and then I would take a lot of time before actually putting certain things out. If you look at the yesterday generations, right, they were happy without having the need to constantly chat with their loved ones every single day. But equations are now condensed to just a single like, a story view, or a single double blue tick. It's scary that friendships can end if you're not in touch with someone for just a year. And I'm so tired of all these people who claim to be my best friends, but they are just gone right now just because I couldn't bend to their socializing pattern. Being someone who really loves to write letters, I really want to go back in time to yesterday generations, right? And after this point, college finally happened, and finally I found people who saw me for who I am and I saw them for who they are without having the necessity for all these tools to get into the mix. But yes, I still struggle with this, and I know that I'm not alone in this. Like, a lot of people are still struggling with social media and the negativity that it brings in. I realize that I'm actually saying this on social media, but what I want to ask is, even if we overcome the FOMO that Facebook creates and everything, what if we, as an artist, as a journalist, as a whatever professional you are forced to be in social network. I mean, when I had to choose a stream for my college, I chose new media journalism because I thought that finally through that way I can change this into just a professional tool. But it isn't easy for someone like me. So what does the future hold for online journalism? My second question is that what should an artist, an author or a painter who doesn't want to stay online do to get what they desire and what they deserve? I asked a couple of my published authors about the very question, right? And one of them said that it's really impossible to publish a book without having an online presence. The other person said that you cannot even become a writer without having an online presence. But why should that be the case? I mean, why are such traditional approaches depreciating as time go on? We should be improving on those approaches, but instead we are taking a complete different path and forcing people to be on this path. My third question is this. Let's say Van Gogh was born in the 1990s and of course it took some 27 years to start painting. Will he still be Van Gogh given that if he undergoes the same life that he had back in the 18th century? Or will he become one amongst the million Instagram artists out there? I don't believe in greatness or success, but I do believe in the starry night sky. If you want to know why I named this video as The Quiet World, plug in your earphones and just close your eyes.
The Quiet World by Jeffrey McDaniel. In an effort to get people to look into each other's eyes more and also to appease the mutes, the government has decided to allot each person exactly 167 words per day. When the phone rings, I put it to my ear without saying hello. In the restaurant, I point at chicken noodle soup. I am adjusting well to the new way. Late at night, I call my long-distance lover. Proudly say I only used 59 today. I save the rest for you. When she doesn't respond, I know she's used up all her words. So I slowly whisper I love you 32 and a third times. After that, we just sit on the line and listen to each other breathe.